Hello. Major blessings. I know I'm not doing this with my headphones, so we're going to see how this records. But I wanted to read off my insights that I got this morning while on the bus regarding this past week. This past week was more about the power of our words. Obviously, if you're doing an affirmation practice, you probably have an understanding of this, but your words literally carry energy. And it's not just the words, it's the meaning of the words. Because everyone has a different reality. Everyone's had a different upbringing. People have lived in different cultures. People are of different sexes, different religions. So one word could have a positive meaning for one person and a negative connotation for another. This is why I believe so many people have disagreements, is because we view things from our own personal lens. Very rarely do we take a moment to say, oh, what's going on with that other person? What may they have meant? Was it positive? Was it negative? And to be honest, that's why I trust energy, because I believe we've been taught to give lip service a lot of the time, and very rarely do I think people say what they mean and mean what they say. I think more and more people are coming into that energy, but it's more about becoming discerning of the words that come out of your mouth, because they do hold power, they do hold energy. And are you bestowing gifts of gratitude, gifts of abundance, gifts of blessings, not only on yourself, but everyone else around you that you come into contact with? That's the practice. That right there is the gold, because a lot of the times we'll do positive affirmations for ourselves, but then we'll turn around and have negative thoughts, negative words, and negative actions towards other people, which basically nullifies and zeroes out everything you've been doing. So that right there, there's so many bees out here, I love it. Hello, bee. That's where the magic for me this week really came through, in honoring what words support me. Because in getting to know yourself and getting to know the words that work for you, you can have a lot of benefits, not only in this practice, but also in the way you start thinking. Because when you are in alignment with your thoughts in a positive way, they will start to come out naturally outside of your practice. So here are 3 tips to amplifying your affirmations through your words. The first one is play with the words. Not every affirmation is going to hit the same due to the upbringing, culture, and your sexual orientation. You may have to play with the words until you find the ones that feel right. And so I love when an affirmation doesn't feel right, I start playing with words until I find one that does. When I say feels right, words that bring peace to your body. Because some words may come off as right on a mental plane or a societal plane, or if you're doing some type of affirmation program, you might think, oh, well, this person has gotten these results, I need to use these words. But the reality is you may be saying them, but your body is saying, what the fuck? Like, this does not work for me. So this practice is not only about finding the right words for you, but finding the words that feel right, that just light up your whole body, make you feel at peace, make you feel at ease. And when you listen to your body, it will show you what words trigger you and what are safety words. And this gets into number 2, what will help you amplify your affirmations is having a nervous system regulation practice for your trigger words. Just because something is triggering you does not make it bad. I encourage you to see why you are being triggered and work through that emotion. Getting through to the other side can help you find what words work for you and why. It helps you to heal your energy by honoring your body and incorporating other practices to ground down your energy versus ignoring them or trying to push through them by using words that don't serve you. So many of these manifestation practices I have seen online have you push through rather than slow down and bring presence to what your body is trying to tell you. This helps to reintegrate the mind-body connection through your words and through this affirmation practice. Your words hold so much magic, and in learning to slow down, you can learn what words work for you and what words are aligned for you. And when you are outside of your manifestation practice, you will be able to tap into that energy that you become accustomed to, that sense of peace in your day-to-day life. It will show you how your words are supporting you, how they may be hurting you, and how other people's words are doing the exact same thing. It goes from a state of concentration to a state of flow and normal consciousness rather than unconscious behavior. This practice is all about reps. The more you do, the easier it will become. And not gonna lie, there'll still be days where it's tough. Life is always lifing. There's always stuff going on. And the true gift is learning how to take a step back and find those positive practices. And I know for myself, that's so true right now, because I'm in a new, I'm having a new experience in sharing my frustrations at work, which I'm doing in a positive way to be heard, to get resolved, but it's new to me. So for me, how can I bring positivity into a very volatile situation? And the truth is, I need to do a lot of nervous system regulation. I have a brand new practice where I'm implementing energy healing around the physical body, the meridians, the chakras, and the auric field. Because not only did we just come out of Mercury retrograde, but we also are in a brand new year officially. So there's a lot of energy that's firing off very intensely. So how do I stay grounded when there's all this heat, this fire? So not only am I doing that, I'm also incorporating more physical exercises. I'm incorporating ice baths. I'm doing a lot to help regulate my system, because there's just a lot happening. And in doing these regulation practices, it's going to help me keep my mind clear. Because to be honest, today I did not feel clear, but I also know it was just an intense day. There was a lot going on, and it was a growing day for me. It was intense, and I just thank God that I was leading up to this. I kept saying, I will be received with grace. I am under grace. I'm under the law of grace. I seek forgiveness in not only my actions, but having forgiveness for other people. Because if I'm experiencing it, I know other people are experiencing it. So coming from a place of grace, whoa, seeking grace. That's what I'm really leaning into this week. How can I seek more grace for myself? How can I seek more grace in my interactions with others? And how can I give more grace? How can I be the embodiment of grace? That's what I'm asking myself, and it's stretching me. It's really pushing me, but it's in a good way. It's like when your body undergoes a new stress, either through heat, cold water therapy, new workouts. You're putting stress on your body, but in a good way, so it can acclimate, so it can grow, and so it can have just a better experience with those circumstances under pressure. And that's what I'm learning. Whew, that was a big release. So I'm just really leaning into grace, and what I'm putting into my mind is help me find the grace in my words, in my actions, in my breath, in my every fiber of my being. Just I'm gonna go do a whole bunch of meditation around that. Just every day I'm gonna start waking up extra 30 minutes early, so I can really ground this energy in and get those meditation mindsets in to support me and get back on track with doing the meditations in the morning and at night, because I've been so just doing once a day, and that's great, but I really want to hunker down. So I'm going to get back in the flow of doing these affirmations twice a day. Let's go. So this leads to the third way to amplify your affirmations, and that's through safety words. My friend was sharing with me a story the other day of how her and her mom used to watch psychic TV shows, and they came up with a safety word that only they know. So if either of them dies, that word is the one that will let them know they are communicating from the other side. I thought that was genius and I loved it. But when it comes to this, I loved it so much because it's a great example of having a secret word that unlocks multiple concepts all at the same time. And it allows you to access multiple energies and multiple manifestations all at once. And this is where your intuition, through repetition, melds into one word. So this makes your practice not only easier, but allows you to tap into the essence of joy with greater ease. Now, this for me transpired due to consistency, in which I have been doing this practice for over 2 months now. And this is what I talked about in the beginning. The more you do it, the more reps, the more magic you're going to experience, the greater ease you're going to have. And who doesn't want a life of greater ease? That makes me so happy. I love it. And this is, for me, the desired end result is at the on top of the amount of energy healing I've been doing to work through the blocks, the stress, the trigger words that have been coming up, the flow of energy with my words is becoming easier to tap into, easier to align with my highest good, my infinite good, my divine right. And you find the words that work for you. And as I went through this week, I did multiple affirmations under one of the affirmations. So I'd have 3 different affirmation practices under one affirmation prompt. And by the end of it, I found one word that melded those 3 together. That's my safety word. That's my secret code. It works for me. It may not work for you, because you have to find the words that resonate with your heart center, your chakra, your essence, your love of life. And it's not going to feel good until you do the reps, you work through the trigger points, and you get to that ease. And once you get to that ease and get into that flow, the words will come to you. Your intuition will be on fire. And I love that that is where I am. And I love that my affirmations are really just embodying this intuition that's coming forward for me. And this is just what I want for everybody, because when you are in alignment with your affirmations, you're in alignment with your intuition, which means you are in alignment with infinite spirit, which means you are in connection with one, the source, God. How cool is that? And that shows you that, 1, you're not separate. 2, you have the capacity to connect into this power, because we are under the law of divine grace. And we are so, so loved. We are just so loved. And I know for some of you that may be hard to imagine. And I get it. I have fucking been there. And in doing the work and allowing Source to come in, it's amazing how much my soul feels lifted through my words, because my words finally are in alignment with my mind, body, and soul. They're no longer fractalated out. It's not like they're everywhere. Sometimes they are, but when I'm at that point, I'm like, I need to take a pause. I need to regulate. I need to get centered, because this is me just sliding into my own ego, my own self, and I'm disconnected from Source. You start to get dependent in a good way, because that's your true essence. So why wouldn't you want to be in your true essence? I used to struggle with the idea of dependency on God. I didn't think that was good. But I'm realizing, again, that word choice, it's not truly a dependency. It's just being in alignment with your true source, with your true self. You're not in separation from infinite spirit or God. It's not a dependency. It's just an all-knowing state. So for me, I love being in a state of knowing rather than a state of dependency. I don't like that. I don't like that term. At growing up in a Christian household, there was this need to be dependent on God, and it didn't feel right to me. And again, that's the verbiage, because that person may feel the same when I say I like being connected to Source. I love being in my state of knowing. When they wrote that, probably meant the same thing I'm saying. Maybe they didn't. I'm just giving them the benefit of doubt, you know? Hello, bees. Bee, you be nice. Excuse you. Hey, are you okay? But I wanted to share all of this because I used to be the most pessimistic person. And being a neurodivergent, it's easy to get into that flow because you're just being ADHD, dyslexic, and being as energetically sensitive as I am, it's easy to get swayed. So to feel grounded, own my feelings, and give myself the respect to be human, to feel my emotions, and to work through them, learn from them, is becoming a beautiful experience. And I love that this affirmation practice is making it easier for me to have joy, even in the more which would seem mundane or intense. Like today was one of those days. It was intense, but I'm grateful that my intuition is showing me, okay, this is what you need to do to support yourself in getting to the next level. Because when you're growing, you're constantly changing and you're constantly needing to upregulate your body, upregulate your practices, upregulate your mindset, upregulate your eating habits. Like, yeah, girl is going through some changes and I'm ready for it. I love it. And I love that I'm supported. I love that God has my back. I love that I feel safe enough to do a trust fall. And I love that each day I'm like, okay, show me what you got. Show me what you got. I don't know if anyone's gonna get that reference, Rick and Morty, but I don't know. This is one of those moments where I'm excited to see what keeps transpiring week by week. But those are my 3 tips on how to amplify your affirmation practice so you have more power behind your words, because the more you are in alignment with your truth, the more you will be authentic, which they have found is the most powerful energy or emotion a human can have. So being in your authentic truth can be uncomfortable, especially if you have to break through conditionings that the mind has placed around saying certain words, feeling certain emotions, and giving yourself the space and the right to say them how you want to say them. So that's why you play with the words, you play through the uncomfortable emotions, nervous system regulation practices. Check out my energy healing courses, baby, because chef's kiss, that's what's up. And then when you get through those blockages, that's when the words start bam, bam, bam. You know exactly what you need to say to serve your highest good, because you are in alignment with source. And when you are in alignment with source, ooh, that intuition don't quit. It's on fire in a good way, which I love. So here is to more of that infinite spirit inspiring me, setting my soul on fire. If you want to join me, you can start from the very beginning, the meditation mindset or the mindset magic playlist. Check it out. It has all of my videos. It has every single affirmation playlist that I've used. You can see the process I've gone through. It's all up there to help you understand what you're going through. And also so you can gauge, okay, this is where she was at. This is where I'm at. What am I experiencing? And if you're joining me on this journey, please comment your experience that you've had this week. Not only because I love to read this stuff and I just love to be a part of people's journey, but just to share your experience with other people. Because again, the words that I'm using may not resonate with you, but I'm curious to see if you do the work to work through the uncomfortable triggers that come up, which words very much so can do. So many blessings to all of you. We will see you in the next video.